Hey, Pretty and Pride listeners. This week, Ken and I are talking about my very exclusive, very intimate two-person book club and how it's going and our plans for 2026. This also leads us to talking about all of the books Ken and I pretended to read throughout our schooling years and seeing if we should commit to redoing our homework. We discuss, of course, some of our travel plans, including the Haunted Halloween Birthday Bash and finalizing what that's going to look like, plus continuing our excitement on planning China 2027. Lastly, we discuss our sisters' trip plans and the destinations that we may want to go together. Thanks for tuning in.
Okay. I don't fear no man, but I'ma still put 60 in this Drake. Set it off like Queen Latifah, nigga playing with my cake. Split the bag up with my brother, 50-50 what we made. I can't let no nigga eat that ain't contribute to this plate.
Welcome back, Pretty and Pride listeners. I'm your host, Ken.
I'm Kiki.
And it has been another week. We're almost through February.
I can't believe it. I feel like I've accomplished so little. I really, like, we were talking last night about my two-person book club, and I think that this year's going by pretty quickly. And we were saying that we wanted to read 8 books this year. I'm like, well, it's already February, we only read one. We're behind schedule. And you and the person I'm in book club with were like, no, we still have the rest of the year. I'm like, okay, but at this pace, it's almost March.
I think your exact words were, we're already so far into the year. I was like, girl, it's February.
Well, with 8 books, 1 in 2 months, just saying. So
I mean, I don't know what the structure of your BC is, but if it's smaller tomes or larger tomes, you know. Sometimes I feel like I need to revisit books that I pretended to read in high school.
I felt that way too.
I forget what that Spanish book, that Mexican book is called.
House on Mango Street?
Yes.
I actually just read that last year again.
See?
Yeah,
I'm
do you
like,
want to borrow it? I have it at my house.
I feel like I need to read that because there was so much going on. But then I'm like, wait, I actually remember a lot of the themes of that book.
Yeah.
And yikes.
You should reread it. It's a good read as an adult. I
Really?
was feeling the same. I was more thinking about like the Odyssey.
Oh.
And like those books that I definitely never read. But that one, I was like, oh, well, let me start with House on Mango Street, which I think it is a small book, so it's easy to read. But I was like, let me reread this as an adult. It was good.
That's what I mean. I feel like if you had that as like something similar, since you've already read it, as part of your book club, where it's like, it's not long to read. It's probably dense with thematic information, but it's a quick read. So that could probably get you back on track. I was thinking of the Bhagavad Gita.
Okay.
Yeah,
Elaborate.
Another book where it's like I had it and was supposed to read it. Don't think I read that.
Yeah.
So there are just a lot of books where I feel like, oh, I should revisit some of these, classics. But then I think about high school curriculums are all centered around like white men who wrote books. Poems.
I don't find The Great Gatsby that interesting personally. So.
No, it's a quick read. It's pretty boring. I don't know why it needed 2 films, but whatever.
Whatever indeed.
It's because, it's like the white male victim. It's like a total pick-me who was upset that he didn't get picked. It's like, okay, who cares?
Good for Daisy.
Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do, sis. And keep it on, all right? Don't love nobody but yourself. I actually really resonate. Maybe it was a good book. Not in the way that people think,
Not from the perspective in which the story is told.
Exactly. Not from that perspective, but from my perspective, Daisy, queen, out here getting both babes and bagged and doing whatever you want, having them kill people for you and moving on. Keep on, keep going. So, all right. Anyways. Actually,
okay.
It might be my favorite book ever.
It's like The Old Man and the Sea, and like it's like, do I really care about Ernest Hemingway's fishing adventures? I don't know.
It's true. Yeah.
So some of them, it's like, should I reread them just for the sake of rereading them, or have I been programmed to believe that these are good books, and so therefore I'm like, oh, I should go back and reread these? Because who decided that?
Yeah.
And
like,
lens?
The Hatchet. I'm like, I don't even know if I remember anything about this book. Anything other than he's stuck on an island or stuck somewhere.
I remember I did an entire book report in the 11th grade on Catch-22. I've never read that book. It was completely from like the Cliff's Notes on what this
And
book is
y'all,
about.
this was pre-AI, baby. This was pre-prime internet too. Like, I think maybe midway in between high school, they started having Cliff Notes online. But before that, you had to buy an actual book about a book and just come up with it on your own.
Yeah, maybe read the back description.
Yeah, okay.
You know, a couple pages in between. Yeah. So I'm like, should I? I've never read I've never read Fahrenheit 451. I've never read Catcher in the Rye. I don't know that I'd be interested in any of them because, again, it's like I don't really know that I want to resonate with the male outlook.
Yeah.
But there are some Margaret Atwood books, like The Blind Assassin. It's like I own that. I love the cover. I don't know what it's about, and I've never read it, but I feel like, should I?
Maybe.
I don't know. Anywho, so all that to say, your book club, I think, is capable of getting back on track.
Yeah.
8 books seems feasible.
I think it is.
And with the remaining time of this year, I think you guys can get it done.
Yeah, we're going to start our second book. This last book we read was called Intimacies. It was good. I thought so. She didn't like it as much, which is fine, because the one thing they didn't do is use quotes around when people were talking.
What did they do?
They just had
Is it italicized?
No,
Is it in
just
a
a
new
sentence
paragraph?
that said, I said.
There's no line break?
No. And so you're thinking, did she say that in her head? Did she, you know? And then they never tell you the name of the main character. I was like, okay. Interesting. Yeah. I thought it was a good book, but it had a lot of plot points that, like, when you read a book, you think that, like, this mystery is going to lead to some big revelation, but it didn't do that, which made it seem a little bit unfinished. But to me, I'm like, that's sometimes how life works, where, like, not everything is interconnected, even in a fake book that you wrote. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes it's just this thing happened, and even if they spent a third of the book talking about it, it doesn't necessarily connect back to what you think it's going to. But I thought it connected well back to the title about like basically interpersonal relationships versus like this guy gets mugged and who's the culprit of that and why is less of the question around you finding out that, like, basically he was probably there because he was having an affair with his wife, and that's why, or affair with someone. And that's why he's not telling the police anything and acting like, you know what I mean? That it's less about solving the mystery and more about figuring out the dynamics between people. So, and it was short. It's like maybe 230 pages. So,
it's like, I'm going to tell myself, I don't think I've read a book in maybe 2 years. And I consider reading a book listening to the audiobook.
I also consider reading a book.
That was, the last book I've read. I read a lot of fiction. That's my genre. Nothing that was making any New York Times bestsellers list. It was all smut that I checked out from the library. So, but anyhow, I've been looking at this bookcase next to me thinking, I have a lot of books that I've just collected because I feel like one day I'm going to have a castle and I'll be able to build Belle's library. That's what I've been telling myself. So I've never been able to get rid of books. And as I need more shelf space, I'm like, there's probably some books on here that I can get rid of. I'm never going to read them.
Yeah, I feel like we talked about this. My problem is that I want to look very interesting, and so I'm not getting rid of books.
But nobody's coming over to see.
They could see Edgar Allan Poe's collection of works on my bookshelf and think that.
And I used to Barnes & Noble used to, maybe probably still, I haven't been in one of those in ages, but they would sell like the complete works of Edgar Allan Poe. And I have that. It's like a fucking encyclopedia of all his works. I've never opened it. Beautiful, beautiful cover.
Yeah.
Whatever that thing's called, like the book cover leaflet type the deal. It's really nice. It's like I have a Jane Austen collection similarly, but never cracking them open and reading them. But I don't think I'm going to read Al Franken's autobiographies or, political discourses. So I don't know that they need to be taking up room on my shelf. But anyways, in investigating my book collection, I'm like, there's actually a lot of books that I purchased because I was supposed to read them in high school and didn't. Or I had seen someone else reading it and was like intrigued by the artwork of the book itself. So I don't know. Maybe I'll get into it. I pulled a couple out. One of them was the Bhagavad Gita. The thing about like poetry is that it's like everything's symbolic, and I'm like, okay. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't want to study the Bhagavad Gita. I want to read it.
Yeah, real critical thinking shit going on
Yeah.
here. We're like, no.
I want to read a story. We've talked about this, right? It's like, I want to read the books I like. Or it's like, I want to read a story. I want you to tell me what I'm supposed to take away from it. Okay.
Exactly.
I don't want to write a book
I actually have a little
report.
page in the back summarizing the chapter and the main takeaways of each one. Oh,
Yeah. I don't want to have to go, through the complete literature discourse to figure out what the symbolism of everything was.
Yes, I agree.
So I like straightforward story.
Very straightforward.
That being said, I don't actually like memoirs or autobiographies.
I don't think I do either.
I think the closest that I've come is Between the World and Me by Ta-Nehisi Coates, where it's clearly him telling his life. First of all, he's a great orator and narrator, so it was really nice that the audiobook was him speaking to it. And it was a straightforward telling, but then it's also wrapped up in essentially a love letter to his son. Aww. In a way. So it's the way in which he's telling a true, his experience of true life events, was very engaging. And it's a very, very short read too. But
I feel like I should read Michelle Obama's memoir.
See, I've tried this with Hillary Clinton's books. If she's narrating them, that's okay. I can't listen to... This lady is alive, and I know what Hillary Clinton sounds like. I can't listen to some other woman tell me what Hillary Clinton's experience...
Michelle Williams narrating Britney Spears' autobiography. White Michelle Williams.
You know what? That would be a total fucking... I would love to read that, actually.
She did do that.
Yeah. No, I know, but I didn't read it, and I feel like I would love to read that.
Yeah.
I'm not really a fan... I'm not a super fan of those types of books. Same with historical books. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Someone I follow on TikTok, his name's Fry Bennett, was reading Lisa Rinna's autobiography, and he said that she had this line in there. It was like, there's no topic that's too taboo or off topic to me. I'll address everything. You want to know if Harry's gay? Me too. He's like, she's a poet. I thought that was funny. So I'm sure there's gems in every little book, but yeah, it's hard to if you're not naturally drawn to it, to want to spend your time reading it. So if you're not interested, don't read it.
Yeah, it's also, for me, the challenge is I have to have the right, we've talked about optimization, right? So it's doing multiple things and audiobooking while I'm doing other things. So it's great when I'm on a road trip or I have long distances to drive where I can just be sitting and focusing on the book, the content. It's a lot more challenging when I'm trying to squeeze it into day-to-day life.
The 10-minute drive to the grocery store. Yeah. And honestly, during that 10-minute drive, I want to listen to Kendrick Lamar. I don't want to listen to...
Yeah, I'm trying to vibe.
Yeah.
Listening to Hillary Clinton talk about the loss of the 2020 election is not 2020. The 2016 election is not the vibe I'm going for when I'm out and about town. Exactly. So it's been more difficult, I think. We both work from home. I work in my mind has to be focused a lot. It used to be where I could, maybe zone out a little bit. It was a little bit more robotic. So I don't know. We'll see. But it's physical books versus audiobooks. Maybe if I was just read a chapter a night, I'm clearly not a disciplined person. Otherwise I wouldn't be sitting here 10 pounds heavier than the last season. But anyhow. You've kind of got me inspired in this concept of 8. I'm 8 books. I could read 8 books this year.
Yeah. Well, and I also like to read separate from book club. So I try to read a lot of self-development books too. Yeah,
I was just about to say, I wish there's too many. I have analysis paralysis. I don't even know what I want to do. So how do I find the right book to motivate me to do what I need to do?
I don't just take recommendations from anyone. If my boss tells me to a certain book was really good or something like that, or someone knows that I have a goal in mind or something like that. So, but yeah, I agree. I'm trying to think. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to hear your retelling of the books you like and don't like throughout the year between your book club.
I told you last year my favorite one I think was Cult Classic. We read that at the end by Sloane Crosby, I think her name is. That one was really good, really interesting. We both loved it.
Is this the one with the bookstore? Girl, what's the book about?
So it's about a woman who starts running into all of her ex-boyfriends.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that one's really good. No, the one about the bookstore was a Paris one that's called The Little Paris Bookshop. I like that one. My book club buddy didn't like that one. She's like, I was like, I loved it. I mean, like, sometimes, like, I don't know, like, was it the best written book? Like, I don't know. The author, you could clearly tell, was trying to self-insert into some weird fantasy. But I'm like, whatever, But I really did like that book.
Okay.
So I think she said it's called Atmosphere. So we'll see how that one goes. And then, so every time we do book club, I pick a book, she picks a book. I pick a book, she picks a book. And then we buy them and mail it to each other. So
that's so cute.
It is cute.
What is the, like, general bounds? So, like, do you all try to focus on, like, or do you intend to do, like, female authors or is science fiction off the table? Like, are there genres that you guys lean or gravitate more towards, or genres you avoid, for example?
I don't think so far. I don't think we want anything that's too realistic in the problems of this day and age. So when we did The Parable of the Sower, I was like, okay, this is a really good book, but, not loving it. But I personally look for something that is good and interesting that is not like 1984. Like, I don't want to read the high school classics. I want to find like kind of like a rare gem. And so I follow Tell the Bees on TikTok, and he reads a lot and he does a lot of pop culture discussion, but he also has book recommendations. And so the past two books I picked, I pulled from his list of how he talks about them. So he's the one that recommended Cult Classic. Because when you Google books for book club, it's always the high school syllabus that comes up. I'm like, that's not what I want. I want something cool and interesting.
Yeah.
So
I used to get a lot of book recommendations when I would be in my car more and I would listen to NPR, because they would bring the authors on, or they would be, sharing like what's new, what's coming out, and what seems interesting. And so it would kind of like expose me to books that I probably would not have just thought of on my own. But like, there are so many books that, to your point of like today's problems, like I can't read mass incarceration, like the new Jim Crow. I'm sure that book, because I don't want to, I don't want to
Great,
rage.
now I'm all red.
Like I don't want to rage silently, vocally, like, and at the same time, it's like, I know that it's important subject matter.
Yeah.
So it's a tricky balance.
It is.
I really like fantasy. So like one of the things that I've had to stop doing this, but I can't read uncompleted trilogies or series. The Kingkiller Chronicles is one of them, where I love that series. It was a great audiobook, but man, it took a long time to get into, and then I was freaking hooked. There's more to come.
I can't do that.
I started Game of Thrones, Song of Ice and Fire series. Fucking pissed. First of all, the narrator for those, Roy Dotrice, he died. He was phenomenal. First of all, there are 1,000 characters in these books, and he had a different voice for every single one.
Wow.
It was phenomenal audiobooking. There are some audiobooks that are really interesting. I read the Golden Compass series, where that one was like a different actor. It was like a production.
Oh,
so
cool.
Like they had different actors, voice actors, for the different parts. That was really cool. So, anywho, I feel like if I was going to be in a book club, it's like, okay, I can't read political discourse and or policy focused outcomes. I can't read. Probably a lot of like.
Well, it does make it easier with the 2-person book club. It's just her and I making the same selections, and I think we have somewhat similar tastes. And
is it romance,
okay, so the first the first book we read was called The Searcher, which is really good. It's basically this guy moves out into I can only imagine something. Oh, it's in Ireland, but the Appalachian Mountains of Ireland is what I would describe it as. And he used to be a cop in the United States, and he moves over there. Something happens to book character's brother, and she asks, like, it's a child, essentially, and they ask for his help. And so it's trying to solve this mystery of what happened to this brother in this very small town where everyone has some sort of secret. The next one was The Parable of the Sower. Then we read mystery, how to solve a French murder mystery or something like that. And then we read the Little Paris Bookshop. And then there's no set genre. It's just what we feel like reading and what looks good. And I think we just want the other one to like our picks, even though we're just picking blindly anyways, So it's not like, this is my favorite book, let's read it together. It's like, I hope we both like this one. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And I think one and done. We haven't done series yet. I'm not against it. The last series I think I read, someone recommended to me, was Shadow and Bone. I was pissed. I was like, why did you recommend this to me? This book sucks. But it was good enough where I wanted to know how it ended. Like, the first one was okay. The second one was horrible. And it wasn't popular enough where I could just read the synopsis on Wikipedia, so I had to finish this third book. I was like, I don't like this. And then when I finally finished them and I told her, she's like, yeah, they weren't that good. I was like, what's wrong with you? Why did you recommend it if you didn't like them that much,
That's diabolical. I feel like we're due to complete a rewatch of Roa.
Okay. I'm in. Because that is my favorite. Mm-hmm. But I feel like I thought you guys were starting Salt Lake City.
We are, and you know what? Michelle Obama was recently on a podcast talking about how her favorite franchise, or not her favorite, but one of the ones that she really likes is Jersey. Okay. She loved the Teresa Giudice table flip, which then, of course, makes me think of New York, telling her that I really always respected your hairline on television. And I never really followed the thread of Jersey. I'm like, unrelatable.
Yeah, it's completely. Really unrelatable.
So I'm like, we could consider a franchise that neither of us has really ever watched.
I feel like we should do Potomac then.
Oh, that would be cool. I could do Potomac.
Yeah.
Salt Lake City, I started it. It's been hard to get into, but I feel like I'll pick it back up. When does it get good?
I would say after Jen Shaw leaves, probably, is when it really starts to pick up. And then Mary leaves and comes back. So maybe season 3 or 4.
I'm just like, what's going on with these ladies? Like, I don't get it.
The reason that I like Salt Lake City is because of Mary. And really, we've talked about this, how...
Which one's Mary?
The black lady.
Oh, yeah, the preacher.
Yes.
The pastor.
She's the only... And, when you watch Beverly Hills with, Garcelle, and, it's tough to watch because of the way they treat her, because she's black. And I feel like Salt Lake City doesn't do that because they're freaking terrified of Mary. And, they actually want her approval more than anything. So, and she doesn't care so she'll say anything. You smell like hospital, and, they could try to make as big of a deal as they want, but they're not going to, make her feel away. So it's more enjoyable to watch with the black representation of people that seemingly
are moving through space without the same restrictions as...
Correct.
Yeah.
So that's why I like Salt Lake. I've also only watched mostly up to season 2 myself. I just see a lot of clips that make it funny.
Okay.
But Roa, I feel like we should start Potomac.
Okay. I feel like I could get into that. I feel like this is the one where they're in the DMV area and some of them are doctors and stuff.
Yeah, I think so.
Or is that Married to Medicine?
Married to Medicine. I've never watched that. Maybe we should. But I feel like Potomac is mostly a black cast, so that could be good.
Okay.
And Jersey, I'm willing to watch Jersey. It is very hard to relate to. I don't know any Italian American mothers obsessed with their sons and hates their daughters personally, so or have some sick relationship with their brother. I don't know that, so I'm not understanding,
Yeah, because that one has a lot of the inner family dynamics of one is this Teresa's sister-in-law is also a cast member. Was it Teresa or is it someone else?
I think it's Carolyn and Melissa Gorga, but I don't remember exactly. I just but yes, and
Okay, well, let's figure something out, because I think something that could be fun for this season is us doing a bit of what you're doing in book club, but a version of that with like a TV show that we have never watched before, because there's so many things that you and I watch and we fall into this habit of we'll just rewatch it. Comfort.
But I know it's good.
Yeah.
I know it's good. So why would I change?
I'm over here rewatching Psych. I'm over here rewatching Schitt's Creek. You know, the quotables. And so I'm like, wouldn't it be fun if we both watch
something new?
Something new.
I was thinking that I needed to get back into It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. But
See, I mean, but it's 15 seasons. You've watched them multiple times.
I haven't seen, I think, the past 2 seasons.
I saw a clip on TikTok of Bob's Burgers when they have the burger, the child molester, on the burger of the day. And they're like, Gene, you go take his order. Who wants it? Okay, Gene, you take it to his table. They're like, why should I get molested? I
think that's
Tina.
The opening, the first episode ever.
Yeah.
I feel like it is, yeah.
Send Tina. Tina's not good with customers. It's because she's autistic.
I love that show. That show's really, really good.
That show is really good. So, anyhow, it was reminding me of like, I was like, my first instinct when I saw this clip was like, I should rewatch Bob's Burgers.
Of course.
Like, why don't you try watching something that you've never watched before?
Yeah. Something new.
I think it could be a fun experience for us to be like, what did we think of this? Like, what is your takeaway from this?
Okay.
Nothing's gonna beat the apple juicy loosey goosey.
Everything beats apple juicy.
I mean, nothing's gonna beat how stupid that was as a season plot.
It was ridiculous.
It was the dumbest thing, but it caused, I think, the biggest shakeup for one of my favorite franchises.
Yeah.
Because
we've also
Lisa
never watched Vanderpump Rules.
I don't watch that.
I've never watched it.
Because I don't care about wait staff at a luxury. I don't care about that. I don't care about wait staff drama. No, thank you. Like, y'all are just wannabe actors. I don't give a shit about you.
Yeah.
Even if I do get to see Lisa, in every episode.
Well, I think it's because that Sheena had an affair with Eddie Cibrian, who's Brandy Glanville's ex-husband, and that's the connection that they made to this whole thing. Yeah. So they said, let's do an offshoot of these cracked out waiters at our restaurant who are horrible at their job and always doing coke and
Allegedly.
Not allegedly. There are some funny clips for that show where he's like, they're having a conversation and Jax goes, I'm the number one guy in the group. Tom goes, are you fucking serious right now? Like, why is this? And you can tell he's so fucking coked out of his mind. And he's like, Tom, stop acting like you're the number one guy in this group. I'm the number one guy in this group. Like, who says that out loud? But yeah. Okay, so let's start Potomac.
Okay.
At least one episode a week. Is that what we're committing to?
One episode a week. We'll never get through this. How many episodes are there?
I think there's 8 seasons, 6 to 8 seasons right now.
Girl, we'll be in our graves trying to finish this one episode a week.
Potomac Housewives. Okay. So 3 episodes a week?
You don't think we can do
There's 10 seasons.
That is an insane
But if the
amount
idea is that we watch and then recount a little bit, right?
Okay, it looks like there's 17 episodes per season and then 2-part reunions.
Or do you want to do a whole season and then talk about it?
I feel like that makes sense.
Okay.
I feel like we should aim to try and get a season.
Well, because my thought was that we still have to do other stuff, Like, we need to watch this ANTM documentary.
Yep.
Right? I sent you the funniest thing I've ever seen, where at the end, apparently Tyra announces that they're coming back for the 25
tell us how
years
terrible it was to do this show.
Anniversary. And then so it's like, you have no idea what we have planned for cycle 25. She says quarter quell. She's going to execute them.
You're all going into the Squid Games.
Yep. So my point was that I'm happy to watch more than one, but if we need to watch other stuff, that could be a reason to not do that. Not put too much pressure on ourselves.
I feel like
5 episodes a week, 1 a day.
There's not a lot really going on, so I feel like we just need to put it on in the background. Like, we don't have to. These are not intense things we have to be following. So I feel like we could probably get through.
Yeah, you say that. Well, it'll be different. But I was like, in Salt Lake City, you couldn't even tell the difference between Lisa Barlow and Meredith Marks. So I'm like, you might need to pay a little bit of attention.
They literally have the same exact face.
Okay.
You know, I don't want to explain the psychology of in-person, out-person, and like the fact that like, you know, to me, most all white people look the same. Like if you have the same hair color as someone else, you look pretty much identical to me. And that is not to me. That is a studied phenomenon. That's why
people don't
eyewitness
recognize
testimony is so unreliable.
Yeah, it's true.
So, you know, to me, I'm like, yeah, these two ladies have brown hair and like, are practice. And they have, what's their names? Meredith and
Lisa.
I mean, they're next to each other in the alphabet. They're such non-distinct names where I'm like, oh, I'm not. To be fair, I don't know any of those ladies' names. I need to watch it more. But I think like if we can get through it and get to the reunion and then like recap the season, I think that would be at least a nice segment for us to integrate.
We'll try it.
We'll give it a go. We've said a lot of. We said we're going to
make
do
a lot of
empty
promises up in this podcast.
Okay, so only one more full week of Black History Month. How have you been celebrating half of your month?
Okay, I told you. So number one, I'm only listening to Black music, which is normally what I do. But I've been really dying to listen to Bad Bunny's album, but not during BHM, so I haven't started it. What else have I been doing? Have you seen those TikToks of the guys? It's like, excuse me, open the door for me. It's Black History Month.
Yeah. Like, ordering Starbucks and saying, this guy will get it. It's Black History Month.
These two white ladies walked past him. He told to open the door. They kept walking. He's like, I'm recording this. Everyone's going to see it. They walked back and opened the door for him. I was like, no. See, again, I'm taking life too serious, you know? So other than, you know, telling people Happy Black History Month or saying I'm not doing that during Black History Month, that's mostly what I've been doing to celebrate just being Black.
Okay.
What about you?
I don't interact with people, so I don't get as much of a opportunity to remind people that it's Black History Month and that they should be doing things for me.
I almost thought that we should go back to that soul food restaurant, but I'm still pissed about that dessert.
The dessert. Oh
so
my God, that place was so good.
The place was really good, actually.
God, I'm so hungry.
Not as good to get Indian food for, but hey, you know, they don't like the comparison, but they're dark too. So
we love, you know what? We love Indian food.
We love Indian food.
And I think part of our Black History Month experience was the sibling drama. We are on the side of the Southeast Asian. So having Southeast Asian food and cuisine, you know, feels like we could probably make the stretch.
Yeah.
But I'm really looking forward to that this upcoming week.
I'm looking forward to it too. I could eat Indian food all the time. I told you when Thai used to be my favorite. Now it's Indian, then Mexican, then Thai, then New Americano. I actually might like Chinese more than Thai food. Thai food's pretty good though. I don't know.
I can't find good Chinese food. It's like hard to find for me.
Well, that's why we're going to China 2027. We're really going to get into our bag then. I feel like when I was editing the last episode, we were talking about March. I just feel good about March. You know, actually, I added the weather of Hong Kong to my app. Let's see what it's at.
We should
today.
look up what kind of because Lunar New Year is generally this time of year, like February.
Yeah.
So we should look up do they do anything as part of a Lunar New Year festivities in March at all?
Okay. I mean, the thing is we could do May, but having that vacation so far into the year, I don't really want to leave at the beginning.
Weather? Yeah, you're right. What's the weather like over there in Hong Kong?
Right now it's 73 degrees.
Oh, that's fine.
Next week it's going to rain a little. So I think we're looking maybe towards the middle or end of March. So we should try to go.
Yeah. I'm excited.
I'm excited too. I need to stop saying I'm going to learn. It's Mandarin. I keep saying I'm going to learn Chinese.
There's Mandarin and so I don't think that's wrong.
Okay.
There's Mandarin Chinese and there's Cantonese.
Okay.
And then there's also in terms of writing, there's a simplified Chinese. So for their characters.
You know more than I do.
Well, I had to translate something into Chinese and have someone help translate that.
Crazy.
It was using Google Translate. So this is the other, this is what I don't know. Google also called Tagalog Filipino. So maybe don't trust what Google
True
says.
that. Because, all right.
But
now
like they're close enough that someone who speaks Mandarin and someone who speaks Cantonese, like
they'll figure it out.
should be able to understand one another for the most part. So like I don't think it's wrong to say Chinese, but I think if you wanted to be technical about like the dialect, then you could reflect that you want to learn Mandarin or Cantonese. This is actually very interesting. Mandarin is the official standardized language of China and Taiwan. It has 4 tones. Cantonese is a regional, more traditional and punchier, quote unquote, language, which has 6 to 9 tones. They are not mutually intelligible. So does that mean like you wouldn't be able to understand someone? I need to ask. But simplified Chinese is used for Mandarin, and traditional Chinese is used for Cantonese, which is in Hong Kong and Macau.
Last week I said that I'd only, I think, been to India in Asia, but I'd actually also been to the Philippines. So I feel like I need to correct that. I feel like I really want to make it to South Korea. Dude, I have so much of the world I want to see. Guys, please watch this video. I need to make so much money so I can go travel the world. Please help a sister out.
Hong Kong is a special administrative region, meaning that it is a one country, 2 systems. It has a different legal system, which is British common law in Hong Kong.
Slay.
Whatever.
Exactly. Okay.
I want to go to a lot of places too, but we've talked about this. I struggle with some of the cuisines.
Colorism. Oh, the cuisine.
The colorism. I mean,
Well, yeah.
that's
Expected.
doesn't need to be said.
Expected.
I struggle with the cuisine because I don't eat like beef. I don't eat beef. I don't eat a lot of red meat.
You'll love India.
Okay.
I'm sure they have chicken and stuff.
It's not that they wouldn't have chicken. It's that like if I wanted some soups or stews like blood cube and like certain organ meats, I'm like not gonna eat them.
Okay.
Personally, because I'm already like very minimal on my meat intake as it is. So that's just what I worry about in any country that like predominant, like even Germany. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna eat over there other than pretzels.
There's a German cafe in town. Maybe we should go and see if you can have anything. I only had food in Germany at the Lufthansa lounge, so I'm not well versed in what's available in country, but it seemed fine.
I mean, I feel like a lot of like the Caucasian European countries areas, like it's a lot of bread, cheese. So it's like, that's fine. But like, does not a cuisine make, as someone who loves Indian food, I'm like, I need vegetables, I need some sauces.
You know, it reminds me of when our nail lady was telling us, she's from Mongolia, that their food is mostly like root vegetables. I was like, that doesn't sound delicious to me. I'm going to be so real. I thought I was imagining Mongolian beef, okay? Like, I don't want to feed into stereotypes. But I was feeling like you guys had some flavor. And she's like, I'm like, okay.
Okay.
We'll see.
The terrain can only sustain so much, agriculture, I suppose. I am just like, dude, Russian food has got to be like, I think of borscht. Just like when you said root vegetables, I'm just imagining like
that's because they're so close to Russia, so they have a very similar cuisine to Russia.
I'm like,
I was like, but you're also so close to China. Did that wall really stop flavor and deliciousness from coming to you guys? Because I don't like that for you.
Yes, they defeated the Huns.
Okay, no, hold on. We'll focus on booking this flight to China before we do anything else. I like the idea of booking it so far out. By the time it comes, I won't even remember I spent that money.
Well, the hope is that if we find a good enough deal, like we don't have to spend any money on the flight and we still get to be in business.
We'll see.
I mean, yeah.
Do we know? We'll have to do research on like what airline, the hub.
It's probably going to be Cathay Pacific because they fly to China.
Okay.
They're a Chinese airline. Unless it's Air China. But
Well, Qatar flies to China.
my points.
Oh, okay.
Asia Miles.
Okay.
We booked Japan through Cathay Pacific because
Okay.
they're a partner. So I would probably like think that I could transfer there, but I haven't looked into what are good positioning, because that's the other thing. We're gonna want like a direct round trip flight,
Yeah.
And the way we did Japan was we booked one way out there. So we positioned ourselves to Dallas because that's the airport that airline flew out of. And then we came back to our home because we paid in cash for the return.
Got it.
So like we could do something similar where it's like, okay, we've got our flight out there. We still can fly business back, but it's going to be a one-way cash ticket that we're paying for. It's still going to probably be a lot cheaper and give us more options. So well, I'll look into what it is. I did a lot of research when I was looking at Japan, and that's why I decided to do it that way. But like the technical thing is that you would be able to get a round trip ticket for 100,000 points, which is a great redemption. But like the work it took to do that, I was like, I'm not doing any of that. I'll just pay 100,000 points to get there, and then I'll figure out the way back. Yeah. So, but yeah, I think part of that opens us up because it's like, we'll just have to figure out like, where do we want to go? Where do we want to start? Do we want to start in Hong Kong? Do we want to start in Beijing? Do we want to start in Shanghai? And then once we figure that out, like we can just get there and then figure out how to get back.
Well, I feel like we talked about that. My initial thought is that most flights probably fly directly to Hong Kong versus Beijing or Shanghai. Like there might be some. So however we get there direct, the easiest is where we are. I think the city that we'd want to be in, and then we'll figure out the inner country travel.
Okay. So I'll take a look.
But if you can get direct, so I don't have a preference other than like what's easiest to get to in the country, and then figure out the rest of it. You know.
Yeah, and cheapest.
Yeah,
we can still fly business.
Totally. So we're flexible.
It ain't happening any other way. I'm not doing it.
This is so far. It's almost as far as Australia.
The world's big.
I know. I
mean, I know it took us 14 hours to get from Dallas to Tokyo.
Yeah. So it's probably like that.
Yeah.
So I can't sit and coach for 14 hours. I need to show up well rested.
I can't sit and coach for 4 hours. So
fair.
No, that's not happening.
Fair.
But my husband and I have had this debate over and over again of like, there are a lot of people in the world, I am not among them, who have this this pathology, this belief system that they would rather spend the money in the destination, at the destination, than getting to the destination. I'm with you. I understand. I want to do things when I arrive as well. And my husband is one of those people who's like, it's like not justifiable for him. I'm like, I'm going to do both. Stuff can do two things.
Yes.
I'm going to do both things. Okay. I'm going to do everything I want, and I need to get there comfortably. And so one of the things that we've thought about is like, if one of us wanted to save the money, like basically like whatever the difference is between the business and coach ticket, the other person gets to keep if they fly coach. Okay. So like if he's someone who wants to fly coach, he can get the difference in price. It's a little pocket change for himself.
I feel like I live a very different life from other people, and you probably feel the same, because I feel like if you were somewhere and you wanted to buy something, you would just buy it. Mm-hmm. You just buy it. So it's like, okay, I saved, like, I don't feel like, I mean, you have like I guess a certain budget, but like for me, $1,000 saving on a flight, make that up in 2 days, like that I would just not save it and still spend that money on the ground, and then pay off a credit card. Like it's not, so, but different strokes for different folks.
Yeah. But the reality is it's probably like more than $1,000 difference, but I don't know. I feel like with international tickets, by the time you're spending $2,000 for a round trip, like premium economy ticket, because that's probably, I mean, ultimately, like he's not sitting in a main cabin, bare fare type seat. He's probably going to sit in premium economy, behind us, immediately behind us. So by the time you spend that, it's like probably actually going to cost you close to $2,500. Then what are we talking about? Yeah. I mean, I'm sure business is probably still double that, but it's like, okay.
Look at you, cutie.
I don't know. If that's why I don't like Christmas gifts, because it's like, if I want something, I'm going to buy it. And the things that I want, probably like you can't afford, because I like nice and expensive things. And I think it's ridiculous to ask someone, like, okay, what I really want is like this jewelry. Yeah. So like, what I don't need you to do is I don't need you to get me like socks. Like, I can go buy socks when I need socks. So I tell people I want gift cards to Starbucks. Help me save money on things that I would buy for myself.
So true.
That's a great gift. So we'll see. I think this is actually just me just trying to call his bluff. I really feel like by the time we get to an airport and I'm in a
always plays this shit.
Please.
He's always doing this crap where he's like, oh, I don't care about X, Y, and Z. And then he's like, well, I want to surf looks. I'm like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We know. After all these years.
Not the man who needs a $200 hot chocolate maker. Like, don't fucking piss me off. Meanwhile, I'm over here like, no, we got a kettle.
Yeah, I'll put just a powdered hot chocolate in there, baby. Like, I ain't fancy.
All of that to say, like, we're all ridiculous and we all like nice, comfortable things.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Okay. I also, I don't want to spend too much time on this because this is all we talked about last week, but I also am looking into Martha's Vineyard. And then I feel like our October Haunted Halloween Birthday Bash is easy breezy. Is that something that we're inviting lots of people to? I know we're going to invite some of my friends in California.
Oh, plural.
I mean, I was keeping it vague, but it could be plural.
Some of your friends.
Yeah.
You put the S on that.
Yeah.
So was there more than one?
Maybe. I mean, I feel like we're going to 3 places. So if I throw it out there, hey, if you guys want to come anywhere here, you're welcome to join. That's fine.
I feel like that's fine.
Yeah. Same with your friends.
We would just have to figure out, like, for the people that I would maybe invite or that you could invite from where we live, like, how would we want to, like, that requires different logistics than people who live there and are driving up. You know what I mean? Because we would need somewhere to stay.
Yeah. I guess we could take a temperature of like, and then here's the other thing is that we're doing this again sort of next year in Florida, which we're also going to do in October. Right? Think about it. This is a lesser version of that because we're not doing tours and stuff. But I was like, just going to put it out there. Hey, we're going to be at this park this day, this park this day, this park this day. If you want to come join, if they're like, yeah, and your friends here want to come, then we can talk more about logistics. But the way that I view things, and we said the same thing when we were planning my birthday at Disneyland, is like, you, me, and 3/5 of the person, your husband, are the deciders, and everyone else just comes along, right? So like, you do what you want to do. Here's where we're going to be. You need a VIP ticket if you want to roll with us. Great. If you need somewhere to stay, great. Like, I mean, a lot of those things you can figure out on your own, but like, yeah, we can help you figure that out. But first and foremost, this is what's happening and you can fit into those plans or you cannot come. I'm not accommodating you.
Yeah. Okay. I think we figure out the logistics and then we figure out what we want to communicate to others.
I think it'll be pretty easy. It's just buying these 3 tickets and then.
It's not easy. It's where are you and I staying? Are we renting a car?
I thought, no, we were going to fly from LA to Orange County is what we decided.
I think we did decide that.
Yeah.
So we're going to need 2 hotels. Are we going to stay on property or are we not going to stay on property? I feel like there wasn't really a lot of benefit to staying on property.
Because, well, I thought we were going to stay at the Knott's Hotel.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
And then just drive up to have someone Uber us to Disneyland. It's pretty close.
Yeah.
It's not that far.
Yeah.
And it's all nighttime stuff, too. So I feel like my thought is we fly into LA, we do Universal first. The first day, Haunted Halloween night. Then we stay overnight in LA maybe. And then the next day we fly from LA to Orange County. And I feel like we should actually do Disneyland that night. Because
we've done Knott's.
Yes. That, and I also feel like if we wanted to do Knott's in the daytime, so we fly to Disneyland, we fly to Orange County, we do Disneyland that night, we go to the Knott's Hotel, and then, because that's where we're staying, and then we go to Knott's the next day. And if we wanted to go during the daytime to do rides, I bet you that ticket would be like $20. So I was like, then we don't have to wait. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they probably have a package where you have like all day entry. So if we wanted to do something like that, we could. And then we finish up at Knott's, go back to the hotel and go home. That's my thoughts.
Great. So you are planning this trip.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I just did.
You just did.
It's done.
And see, you do plan trips.
I do plan it. That's a good plan though. So it's just now we just have to find our hotel in LA next to Universal. That's easy.
Oh my God, I have the best one.
Great.
Yeah, I stayed there.
And we're all done. And also, if it's just you, me, and your husband, that's cool. I think one of my friends will probably definitely join us for one of those legs.
Yeah.
I don't think I want necessarily. anyone to be with us all 3 days. I mean, if they want to, I guess that's okay, but that's like a lot of coordination between a lot of people. Let me put the feelers out and see. Like
I
if
have
someone
2 people in mind.
to join us on all 3 days.
Yeah, from Foodie Club. Not to join us all 3 days.
Yeah.
Just to, what do you think of this?
Yeah.
Kind of gauge the temp.
Yeah.
See if they would even be interested in, and like, you know, to what level.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like what you said, these are free to enter parks.
Yeah. Meet us there, you know?
Yeah, and we're not doing it on the cheap. Like we're talking VIP passes essentially. Because the thing about Universal is like, I love that park actually because of the Super Nintendo World, which you've never been to.
I know, but then we'd have to do 2. We could, but we could. They don't do that at nighttime. I don't think. That's something that's in the day.
But I feel like if we did the VIP tour during the day.
And then like, stayed for horror nights? Dude, we're way too old for that. Like, I'm down, but like, we're going to not stay long for horror nights.
I think we need to know what horror nights is. Are we just talking about like these rides at night, or like
I feel like we got to find out. Like, just do it, you know? I feel like the point is that we need to do it anyways because we've never been.
Okay.
So, but I agree. Like, I do want to see Nintendo World.
I know, you've never been. That's my favorite thing about that park. I think they also have Fast and Furious ride that they're...
Yeah.
There's probably new stuff at Universal.
I haven't been since they built Nintendo World.
Yeah. I like the park. The VIP tour is totally worth it too.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. We'll figure that out. Maybe we got to drink some Red Bull or something that day. Like.
Get on my knees, pray. I'm trying to find another way. I gotta get up out this jungle, niggas killing just to eat. Them lies ain't playing fair, so it's been getting I don't give my heart away. This shit hurt me every day. I get on my knees.
I think one of the things that I'm looking forward to is that I have a very quick like turnaround trip to visit with a friend who's gonna be closer than where she currently is. So I'm excited for that. Because mostly I am not a carry-on only packer. That's very hard. But a 2-day trip, I think I can do that.
You think you can do it?
I think I can do it.
Is your hair going to be straight for it?
Yeah, I'm doing some. Don't get me started in a fucking tale, a saga about how I ended up on TikTok talking about the Abby Young method. I can't describe it to you. It's really long and convoluted, but essentially I'm trying that. So I'm washing my hair once a week using like strengthening products to see if it will like help add more health and like length to my hair. And part of what makes that easier is straightening it.
Yeah.
Just because I find that diffusing my hair is so much of an undertaking right now that it makes me not want to do it, and then I end up getting really lazy and behind on it because it's already a long method to like put all these products in, shampoo it, do these steps 1 through 9. It's like, it's a lot. It's a lot easier to get out of and just be like, okay, I'm gonna blow dry my hair. So yeah, I think I'll straighten my hair for it.
Cool. That always makes travel easier when I don't have to have a fourth of my suitcase taken up with my curly hair products.
Well, unlike you, I don't wet my hair and put product in it every day. Because you do that, right? Like refresh it every day.
Sometimes not. I'll just like, refresh what was done already.
Okay.
But sometimes that doesn't work and I need a fresh style and I need my stuff with me just in case.
Yeah. I think because what I'm trying to do is see if I'm noticing a difference in like the shine, health, and length of my hair. It's easier for me to do that when I straighten it. But normally, like, I feel like it would take just as long for me to curly style my hair, and I would let that stay the whole week similarly. So I'm trying to get on like a real weekly cadence. What ends up happening is I like get so bogged down and lazy that it's like, oh, it's actually like Saturday, and then it's Wednesday, and that, it's like not every consistent. So like I probably could set it up so that, oh, I'm gonna do my hair, it'll be curly, and then it'll be fine for the 2 days that I'm there. But I wash my hair on Saturdays. That's what I've decided. So I'm looking forward to that. And then you and I need to figure out our Disneyland plans for April.
Yeah, I also need to work on getting my passport renewed this weekend. I gotta go take a new picture.
Oh my God, I have a great, my most recent passport picture was so good.
Well, because I wanted to get it done, but then my hair's been straight recently a few times, and I want my hair to be curly in my passport photo.
Oh yeah, my hair was straight in my passport photo.
I don't know why. I'm like, I want it to be curly. So
Yeah.
I hopefully will get that done tomorrow.
It's curly in my driver's license photo, and it's straight in my passport photo. And I don't think that was intentional.
No, it's not. Probably not.
But like, it's so funny because you're not supposed to have facial piercings, and I have facial piercings in both of them. So.
Oh, I hope I don't have to take it out. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. So I'm going to go to like a Staples or a Walgreens or a CVS or something this weekend. Make sure that gets done. I don't really have anything coming up.
I know, you're usually such a work traveler.
I know, I might go on a trip in March for work, but we'll see. And then I really, no.
Why do I see us being in fucking China next year in March, and then you being like, you guys, we're so close to India. I just need to go for a quick work weekend trip in the middle of this holiday.
It probably, just because they're on the same continent does not mean they're close.
They're closer than they are now.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to do that. You know me, I'm like I do one trip. Like even when you're like, let's try to go to Japan, I'm like, not doing that. That's too much work. It's almost too much work to go to 3 cities in one trip. I want to relax when I'm on a trip. I don't want to pack up my bag every other day just so I can feel like I'm consuming as much as possible. Like when we went to Paris, I'm like, I just want to spend the week in Paris. I don't want to go see everything in France. Like I'll be fine. I'll come back one day.
Girl, I bet if we were planning a trip to Paris right now, you would totally do that. We could go to Lyon. We could go to Biarritz. And we would be taking cute little trains. We could probably do Paris and London because they're connected by an hour and a half train.
I don't want to pack up that much. I want to enjoy where I'm at, Like I want to find, like I don't want to pack every 3 days. I don't want to do that.
You don't pack every 3 days.
Now, if you're talking about do a day trip to Lyon, sure. But I'm not trying to
I feel like it was
around.
totally reasonable when we were in Japan. Because you use the packing cubes.
I don't want to do it.
Well, fine. You just want to spend weeks at a time in one country. Even if they're really close to each other.
Okay, again, a day trip is different than like I'm going to move around all of Europe with my luggage every day. I don't want to do that. You know me, I want to feel like I live there. I don't want to just go and visit and like see all of the sights and then leave. I want to feel like I am a Parisian. That's walking down the street before work, getting their coffee and their baguette and their bottle of wine and going to the park with my friends at 10 o'clock at night because the hours there are different. That's what I want to feel, okay? Not, I went to Paris, saw the Eiffel Tower, saw the Louvre, then I went to London, I saw Big Ben, and I don't want that type of trip. I want to like relax and feel like a local. Go to Le Cinema. So, anyways, I do want to get back to Paris so bad.
You talk about it
every day. I text Ken and I say, miss Paris today. I think about it's like on my background of my computer. I have, like Google has themes. So when I open Chrome, mine's a picture of the Eiffel Tower. I think my picture, the background of my phone is you and I on the Seine. Mm-hmm. Me in a beret.
Sur la Seine. I think about the food we had all the time.
That last meal was so good, even though we ordered so much food.
I was literally thinking about like us at that cafe, ordering up a storm. Like I wish I could have those freaking potatoes.
Yeah, I was also thinking about the octopus risotto. That was actually very tasty. Even though it looked insane, and I did not want to eat octopus, I was like, still really good. And then that crazy, what was it? What cheese was that? Ricotta.
Oh my God.
Walnut.
Of ricotta. That pizza was
crazy.
Insane.
Peanut ricotta pizza. Ricotta. Oh God, I want to go back to Paris so bad. I want to go so bad. I'm like, maybe we don't go to Martha's Vineyard, we go to Paris.
I was thinking,
we can't afford that. We can't afford that.
We need
Guys, watch this video if you want us to go to Paris again. Like and subscribe.
Dude, we need a sisters only trip. It needs to be an annual thing, not a one and done.
That's what we were going to do in Disneyland. I know that that's not ideal, like, because that was just like whatever. But if it weren't in Disneyland, I feel like we would do something else. I mean, like.
We could.
We could do, I feel like, the thing is if we're going, I feel like we need to switch off every year. International sisters only, domestic sisters only, international sisters only, domestic sisters only.
Okay.
Because I feel, well, because
I'm
like
convinced.
in 2027, when we go to China, I'm sure your husband's going to want to come. I'm just saying, how many, you and your husband also like to travel for like your anniversary and stuff. So you go to Europe, you go international 3 times a year between our group trip and your 2 one-on-one trips. Maybe you do, that's up to you. But I feel like it's like, for me, I think the way that we like to travel, I probably realistically, without stretching myself, could afford 1 international trip a year on my own dime.
Yeah.
Right? On my company's dime, I can afford as many as they want me to go on, baby. But for like China, I feel like it's going to be big. It's probably going to be a couple of weeks, like at least 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's going to cost a pretty penny to get over there. So, and we do that in March. So I'm supposed to go to Paris. I'm like, I don't even know if I got that PTO, baby. So I'll have to figure that out. But
no, you're not wrong.
So I feel like we don't have to claim our second Disneyland trip as our sister's trip, but we should do something domestic, just ourselves. Like when we went to Seattle, that was so fun.
Yeah.
I really like Seattle. Maybe we go to Oregon. Okay. Maybe we go to...
You know what I think would be cool for us to do? I don't know if you're going to agree. I think we should go to like a national park like Yosemite or something.
Okay. I thought we were going to do New Orleans, but then you said you wanted to go to Dallas for World Cup instead, so...
No, I thought the problem with going to New Orleans is I need to go on it's a whole TV thing. I need to go on, and you're not going to like the things that I want to do, which are like rooted in the fact that like, they deal with funerals differently and their graveyards are cool.
I wouldn't mind going to a graveyard.
Like a tape. Oh my God, you wouldn't go to the Bones.
A mass grave versus a graveyard? That's not the same. Visiting someone's headstones and looking at the beauty of it is different than going to, what do they even call that? Like the catacombs. Yeah, like just seeing a bunch of bones. That's crazy. Yeah, you're right. I do see a distinct difference in that.
Okay.
Now, are we trampling on the graves? Are we doing voodoo over the graves? Like, what are we doing? Are we just looking at the cool architecture of the...
I don't know, going on a tour of the historical significance of the
I feel like
fact that they're above ground.
that's extremely different than going to the catacombs. And I don't...
Another historical site. Sure.
No, you didn't want to just go and look at the... You were like, let's go look at these bones. Start dusting them up.
I didn't want to go... I can't help it that the bones are there.
I don't want to see the catacombs. I don't want to see the catacombs.
Anyhow. So we could do New Orleans, but I need to go on an originals tour.
I don't think we should do New Orleans. I think we should do something smaller. Not this year. I think we should do, because if we're doing Martha's Vineyard through the summer, and I don't know if you're doing World Cup, and then we're doing the thing in October.
I feel like there's probably places that I don't know that I'm ever going to want to do anything in Wyoming other than go to the national park that's there, which I think is Yosemite.
Okay.
So I'm like, we could kind of also like tick off like visiting new areas of the country that we probably wouldn't go for other reasons.
Okay.
And just like...
Heard Montana's beautiful.
That's the other one. Montana,
yeah.
I'm sure. Like, they've got probably something going on over there.
I guess.
Geyser Park.
Really huge.
You know what? There are national parks. We should go to them.
Yeah. Okay.
So what are the takeaways? We're going to consider watching an entire season of Potomac and recapping.
Yes.
We are going to...
We were going to figure out how to get us over to Hong Kong in business.
Yes, we're going to figure out how to get to Asia, specifically in business. We are going to try a new Indian food spot that we will be probably raving about. So excited. At the next episode.
I'm going to figure out what we're doing for the Haunted Halloween Birthday Bash and the dates that we should go.
Yep.
And the way that we're going to do it, which I feel like I pretty much did on film. I'll watch it back later. Is that it?
That's it. Lots of homework for us.
Okay.
So looking forward to it.
Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, guys, we're going to try to have an interesting week next week so that we have more to talk about. But please like, subscribe, and follow so that we can go on our trips.
Yeah, help us fund these excursions that we want to take you on.
Don't you want to be a part of helping a black lady accomplish her dreams? You owe us this.
All right, well, happy Black History Month.
Do we have another episode before BHM's over?
Yes.
Okay, we have one more. but when it releases, it won't be. So happy Black History Month. We love you so much. Stay pretty.
Stay prideful.
You can't finesse. Bitch, I move smart like a motherfucking Tesla. I'm clutching this Glock, do I look like a wrestler? Get put on your back, tryna act like a flexer. Hold on, wait, this Glock take him out like a date. She give me the pussy, I just want the face. Fuck her real good, put the bitch in her place. I'm high in the bitch, but my mind up in space.